Hey, everybody out there. It's me once again with a much belated video. I know. It's been a long time once again. But I don't know. I've been playing a lot of video games, watching a bunch of stuff, reading some comics. Just when I start the fucking video, the dog's gotta start barking. Anyway, but here got a pretty big update. I got a bunch of stuff to show. I got a couple Blu-rays, a lot of DVDs, a lot of video games, and a lot of comics. So Uh, yeah, let's get through this motherfucker right now. Since in my last update, I picked up the first Batman movie. I picked up Batman Returns and Batman Forever. I like Batman Returns. I know a lot of people don't, but I like Batman Returns. I grew up with it. Although I did watch this the least as a kid, and Batman Forever was actually the one I saw the most as a kid. For some reason. Well, because it's a kids movie. Watching these again, I still really like Returns. Forever, I don't think is that bad. It's not great by any means, but I don't know. I could watch it. But it was definitely a step down from the first two Tim Burton films. Uh, and next up is a movie called Chopping Mall. Now this movie, I saw this on the movie channel a long time ago. Now when I say the movie channel, I mean the movie channel. It's one of the it's the only movie channels I have, the movie channel and the movie channel extra, and this was on one night because I think like every Saturday they do this thing called Saturday Splatter Day where they show like back-to-back horror films, and this was one of them. And I remember seeing this and enjoying it. And it's basically just a fun B movie. It's about killer robots in a shopping mall. Um, so yeah, I remember having fun with this. It was directed by Jim Wynorski, who does a lot of these fucking Skinemax movies now. So this is definitely not the only one of his films I've seen. Believe me, I've seen plenty of Skinemax movies in my time. They're all terrible, by the way, except for the tits. And next up is Creepshow 2. This is the Divimax special edition. Now, I bought this in my last update. However, that didn't have anything on it. And then I was told through the comments that there was a version of Creepshow 2 that had features. So I went back to Amazon and I got this one. And this actually does have some features. Um, it's got a commentary and a featurette on some of the effects work. A couple trailers, still galleries. So yeah, it's definitely better than the other DVD. So it's too bad. It sucks I had to double dip, but I'm glad I got the better version. This is a much cooler cover too. So that's Creepshow 2. Next up is an action movie called The Fifth Commandment with Rick Yoon. And next up is Triad Wars with Sammo Hung and Simon Yam. Also right there you got Jackie Wu Jing. Daniel Lee from The Killer, who was the cop in The Killer. He's actually in this too. Yeah. That should tell you how I felt about those movies. And next up, The City of Violence. This is actually a Korean action film, and I like this one. This one is actually pretty good. It's not great. It's not wall-to-wall action, but the ending is awesome, where the two leads, these guys right here, they basically they go after the bad guy, and they have to fight like, it's like a video game too, because they have to fight like this army of fucking bad guys, and they're going like start off on the outside, then on the inside, where they have a knife fight, and then the finale they fight like these four other people, and limbs are getting fucking chopped off, and it was pretty good. The way it all sort of ended, like the very last shot of the film, I wasn't a huge fan of it, but this was pretty good. It's a really short movie too. It's basically it's 95 minutes long. I don't know. I thought this was pretty good. The City of Violence. This is a good one. It's better than the last two. Next up is Outlaw Brothers from Dragon Dynasty, and it's a martial arts flick from I believe the 80s or the 90s. Yeah, 1990. I haven't seen this one, And Dragon Dynasty, they used to be a lot better. Now they just release their DVDs bare bones. But they're cheaper though. I think I got this on Amazon for under $10. I know this was $10 at Walmart one time, but I didn't pick it up. And then I saw a trailer for it and it actually looked really good. So I bought it on Amazon because they didn't have it at Walmart anymore. So that's Outlaw Brothers. And I love me some Hong Kong martial arts action. Next up, I picked up the two Bad Boys films, Bad Boys 1 and Bad Boys 2, the 2-disc special edition, although it's missing the slipcover, unfortunately. Which I like. I like both films. I haven't seen Bad Boys 1 in fucking forever. Bad Boys 2 I have, but I don't have the box anymore, and the discs don't really work because they're all scratched up because I didn't really take care of them. So that's why I had to rebuy it. But it was cheap, and so was this. So that's Bad Boys 1 and 2. Next up, Independence Day. This is the 2-disc special edition. It's not the 5-star collection. I'm not sure if this is the same thing, but with a different box. I'm pretty sure this is the same set as the 5-star collection, that big silver box. I think this has the same features. But anyway, that's Independence Day. I like Independence Day. I grew up with this movie. I saw this movie when it came out on VHS back in the day, and I've been a fan of it ever since. So yeah, it's Independence Day. Next up is the 2-disc special edition of Heat with Robert De Niro and Al Pacino. Very good crime thriller. Really enjoy this one. I think the first time I saw this movie was actually in Mexico on a bus. It was in English, though, with Spanish subtitles, but that was like the first time I saw this movie, and I liked it then. And I had a single disc edition of this, but got this because it has a ton of special features. So yeah, that's Michael Mann's Heat. It's a good one. And next up is a movie I had seen bits of it on TV a long time ago, but I never got a chance to see it all the way through. And that is Clive Barker's Lord of Illusions with Scott Bakula. I remember I saw bits and pieces of the first couple minutes of this, and then I saw the ending of the film. And I never got a chance to see it all the way through. But that's Lord of Illusions. And then finally, the last DVD, well, single DVD I got is RoboCop 2. I like RoboCop 2. I saw this one when I was really young because I had really cool parents who let me watch R-rated movies. But yeah, I like RoboCop 2. Is it as good as the first one? No. But it's definitely better than Part 3, and it'll probably be better than the remake. Because that looked like horse shit. God damn it, stop barking! Thank you. Alright, now I'm going to do the Blu-rays. First up, Justice League The Flashpoint Paradox. Really enjoyed this. This is a really fun DC animated film. Just really good. It's a Justice League story, but it's mainly centered around the Flash. And definitely, this is not for kids. There's some really fucked up shit in this movie. Especially, like, some of the kill, like, the way fucking Cyborg dies. He gets his fucking heart ripped out by Aquaman. Aquaman's fucking beast in this movie. I don't care what anyone says. I like Aquaman. Aquaman will fucking take that super fucking trident right there. He'll shove it straight up your ass if he has to. Okay? And he's got a fucking army at his fucking disposal with super advanced technology. Okay? I don't make fun of Aquaman. I like Aquaman. But anyway, that's Justice League, The Flashpoint Paradox. And next up is the Blu-ray DVD combo pack and digital copy of Jack Reacher. The law has limits. He does not. I really enjoy this film. Is it perfect? No, it's a little too long in the tooth. It kind of drags a bit. It's a 2-hour-long movie. And it's not really an action film. It's more of a mystery thriller. I like mysteries, I guess. Although it's not like, oh, there's big surprises. It's pretty predictable. But I really like Tom Cruise's character. He does a really good job as this character, Jack Reacher. He's got this really awesome line when he's on the fucking phone. He's like, I'm going to kill you and drink your blood from a boot. And I'm like, that's just fucking awesome. um, but I liked it. I really liked Jack Reacher. I know a lot of people were really mixed on this movie because Jack Reacher, the way he's described in the book, he should be being played by Dolph Lundgren because that's how he describes 6 feet tall, blonde, spiky hair, and big muscles. That's Dolph Lundgren. I'm assuming Lee Child was a Dolph Lundgren fan, and that can't be a coincidence. Um, but Tom Cruise is a bigger star, and I'd love to see a sequel. I'd love to see Tom Cruise play Jack Reacher once again because I really enjoyed this one. I saw this in the theater. One of my favorite films of last year. I really liked it. I really liked Jack Reacher. And my final Blu-ray is one of my favorite films of this year. I was really surprised by this film, and that is Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters Blu-ray DVD combo pack. I really enjoyed this film. I was really surprised. I thought the movie from the trailer looked stupid. I thought it was just going to be another fucking Van Helsing. You know, it's going to be filled with shitty CGI, crappy action, and I could not have been more wrong. There's CGI in this, but it's mainly when the witches are like doing magic and shit. There's a lot of really good practical effects. There's like a troll here that was a guy in a suit with animatronics. It's bloody. There's like people getting their fucking heads blown off. There's a scene at the end of the movie that involves a fucking minigun, even though miniguns didn't exist back then. And they have these like ridiculous weapons that would never exist in the time period this takes place in. I like the two leads, Jeremy Renner and Gemma Arterton. The girl that plays Gretel. I can't pronounce her fucking name. That name's a fucking nightmare. But I really like this movie. I haven't seen the unrated cut that's on the Blu-ray, but from the theatrical cut alone, I can definitely say this is one of my favorite films of the year. I know critics hated the film, and it didn't really do that well at the box office, but I really enjoyed it. I was really surprised. It's a short movie, too. The theatrical cut is about 87 minutes long. Without the credits, it's like an hour and 15 minutes long. It goes by at a really quick pace. The unrated cut is a little bit longer. It's 97 minutes, and I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know, what's added in. But I really liked this movie. I really liked Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. I was really surprised. I thought this was going to be a fucking piece of shit, considering how it looked in the trailer and all the negative reviews. But I really enjoyed this film. Kind of feel like I'm hyping it up a bit, but that's just me. I really enjoyed this movie. It's got a lot of practical gore effects and everything. I really enjoyed it. And lastly, I picked up at Walmart for, this was like, what, $15? Walker Texas Ranger, the complete first season. I mean, come on, you gotta have this. Okay, you gotta have Walker Texas Ranger up in this biatch. I remember when I picked this up, my friend was like, I mean, you gotta have Walker Texas Ranger. I mean, who doesn't love seeing Chuck Norris beat up Satanists? I mean, that's just awesome. Like, that's the one episode he remembered, was the one where he's fighting Satanists. But yeah, it's Walker Texas Ranger, the complete first season. It was cheap, too. Like I said, it was $15. Ironically, they had the first and last seasons of the show, which was weird. I just picked up the first season, though. I'll get the other seasons later. So now I'm going to move on to video games. I only got 2 games for my 360 and a bunch of games for my PS3. So first up is Dead to Rights Retribution. This is the 3rd game in the Dead to Rights series. It's kind of like Max Payne, only with no bullet time, and you get to play as the dog, and there's a lot of hand-to-hand combat as well as shooting. I've heard mixed things about this game, but I'm willing to give it a shot. I thought it looked alright. So that's Dead to Rights Retribution. Next up, Crysis 2. Now, I mentioned the RoboCop remake. Tell me something, folks. Doesn't that new black suit kind of look like this? Except if that black suit was awesome, it would look like this. I mean, look at that. I mean, this suit, first of all, it gives you super speed, super agility. You can literally punch through a fucking wall and knock down buildings, and it can turn invisible. I mean, look at that. Might as well just make a fucking Crysis movie. Look at that. That's badass. Okay. This looks better than the fucking RoboCop remake costume. Look at that. And this can turn invisible. Can the RoboCop remake turn invisible? No. Therefore, this wins. That's Crysis 2.